Today, Luda want to talk about today about your will. Before you make a will to children when they are born, it is about Fannie and Fannie Mae and Annie Mae. The first is that with Fannie, be sure that the children don't get a good final running, and Annie Mae is to see that they don't get a good egg whooping, or see that the Annie Mae that they got to run for many things that you had give them. Be sure that you give your children in the right way, that they don't have to fight for it or run for it or have to get a good act whooping for it, what you give them. And we all could have a good life, because that things that people give children today, they don't give it to them in the right way. It's causing so much a heartache with that. Be sure that you give the children what they supposed to have and not someone else belonging. As that they say, pass on over what you got to someone else. When you leave, it's for someone else. But they take these things in the wrong way. That what God had man to write it in the Bible, the teacher. But some people don't know, if they did read it, they take it the right way. They think that when they die, you supposed to run and take everything from somebody. No, that's not true. If someone gives you something in their will, that belongs to you. But if they have not give you anything in their will, you don't take it, because that it had been sought for someone else. Sometimes that people may have things and they have not a family or whatever, and they just was a single person, and you think that you can go and take those things because they don't have nobody. Sometimes we don't realize that those things in that will was sought forward for people that had done things for them. They have took care of them, or they had done things for them, and they pass it on to people for donation. And it's not for you to go and take it. It was passed on to them for organizations to help the world. Not for you to take it and mess it up for things that you don't know what to do with it. It was to pass on to people that knew what to do with it, and to make things better in life. So people will things to the children, and to pass on to the children. If they got children, it's not for you to go around and take it or wait for someone to die to be right there like a what you want to call a eagle or a bat or who hour, just sitting there waiting and praying for someone to die to take it. So we got many heartaches from Annie Mae. That's what they mean, Annie Mae. You got many heartaches to go through it. And it looked a lots of cursing what be wash your children. That's what they mean by first, second, and third. It may not come to the first generation, but it come to the second, the first, or the second, or the third. If your children somewhere down the line will have many curses against them for the things that you do wrong. So try to do things right, not wrong, because that is passed on down from generation to generation, the bad things you do. And I just want to say is that I don't have nothing, but I'm blessed with what I do have. I feel comfortable with that. And I don't feel that's like I have feel against things maybe against me that may be bad, but I don't feel it. I don't see it, because that I feel this like that I am blessed to have the things that God want me to have on this earth. And what I get is is mine. I work for it or got it in an honest way. So we teach our children when they have bad times of what? Teach them why they have these things and why these things come across them. It may be good people, but that they follow behind the head, the ass, and the tail. What one do, the other do it. So these are the things that mock when people say, well, Fanny, Annie Mae, or Annie Mac, or whatever. Many people follow behind each other. So when people stand to the foot, the head of the person's body to get what they got, this may be not be given to you. It's the way that you go out and get it. And why you have so much, we have is so much in the world of problems. It's coming back to the things that we did before. And when they say that they had to let people see these things had to be put in the opening. And they had to be tested. So people are seeing these things are happening. And they are writing it down just like they did in the Bible. They're writing these things down and seeing that these things had happened and seeing that this is true or not. What people did back then. And I want to say that I just hope that we all could see these things and come together and see what great problems that we are being put in, not knowing that we are being tested. We are being tested in the world to see all the things that people is doing. It's not being looked over. It is being not looked over. It is being looked over out of all the things that we are doing that wrong, and to fix it, and to bring all these problems to the end, and to let people be able enough to get these things what they want, and not go around and take because they see these things that ain't gonna do them no good. Give them the things they need, and not the things that they see other people got, and taking it and got many curses against them from these things because they don't know no better. Is they could say they don't know, God forgive them, they don't know what they do. So if they see foolishness, they love it. But if they see people talk, they get frustration because they don't know those people. But realize that people had worked it back then and made this world and built it where it's at. And then you take a few people, they want to say they built this world because they just worked. Now, but what it was back way in the bitter days, how people worked it, enslaved it, and did things, and have not got anything for it. And look how people now are getting things much easier. Why do you think that it's like that? Because the people had worked it so hard back at that time to make it better for this generation today. These are many peoples in the world today to be where they at. So I want to say is that we all learn that the things we doing now, all the things, killing people, doing the things you're doing today, just look at it and see where it's going to lead you at in the long run with your family generation, if they have any family or generation or whatever. And just say that while we're living, just try to do things the best as we could, good than bad. Don't look at the bad things, look at the good things. Even things went back in the bitter days bad. And we look back at all the things that we did. We have not accomplished anything. We don't have anything. But God say it's coming. Help is on its way. We gonna be blessed. The whole university gonna be blessed. We all gonna come as one. We gonna come as one.